All right, it is Sunday night, and that means that tomorrow is back to work. Happy, happy, joy, joy, right? You know it. Anyway, let me take these glasses off. Oh, that way everybody doesn't think I'm just staring at my own ugly mug the whole time, as if I don't see that enough, right? Every time I look in the mirror, I look older. At the end of the day, every time I make a video this late in the day, I got bags under my fucking eyes. And I don't even look like this when I first get up. I look a lot better. Maybe not a lot better, okay? Maybe a little bit better. I don't know. Anyway, this video is going to be a little bit serious. Yes, it's another video addressing bullying. And for you guys out there that want me to do more, or nobody said anything, but are hoping this would probably be a video about some bodybuilding type of related thing. That's coming. I'm going to do another one of those tonight, a couple more, that kind of thing with nutrition and shit. But, man, if this bullying fucking bullshit was not so prevalent, I wouldn't have to make video after video about it recently. But the deeper we get into it and the more we put ourselves out there to become exposed to it, to try to help people, the more of it I keep finding. And it goes on more than you think. There's so much stuff that goes on in the world around you that most people just don't know until you start to look. Half of this stuff, there's some serious stuff goes on that's not reported on the nightly news. It's not reported on the nightly news. And I got a video addressing something like that coming up right behind this one, which is a good video in a way. Turns out had a good ending, if such a situation could have a good ending. I'll get to that momentarily. But right now, all I want to say is this. Look, we've got over 21,000 subscribers. Now, I know a lot of people view and don't subscribe. And I don't urge people to subscribe. Rarely do I do that. There's a reason for that. The reason for that is everybody's welcome to come and view. Everybody's welcome to subscribe. But if you're going to subscribe, if you're going to be part of our family, and particularly, if you're going to walk around flying the gorilla logo, the no bystander and all that, if you're going to represent it, I want you to represent it. It's got to be real, man. It's got to be real. Anybody can talk the talk, and the whole point is here, we got to walk the walk. We're the guys that walk the walk. Somebody's got to walk the walk. Otherwise, the whole world would be just talk, right? Somebody's got to be actually getting it done. So if you're going to represent it, man, you got to be willing to back it up if it happens. If you're someplace and you see somebody's abused, they're not being treated correctly or fairly or whatever, you got to at least stand up and point that shit out. You got to at least say, look, this can't continue. Why are we tolerating this? Look, there are more good people. I'm finding this out every day. There are more good people in the world. The silent majority, but there are more good people than bad. There are more good people than bad. We outnumber these bastards like just incredible amount, just overwhelming amount. We outnumber them by. So why do they continue to prey upon the weaker? And it's always the weaker, because they're not preying on me. They're not preying on any of us, right? They're choosing victims. And yeah, they may choose the wrong person sometimes, and then they find out very quickly they did so. But they're choosing victims. What I want to say is they're all the wrong people to pick on. They're all the wrong people to choose as victims. It's wrong to treat people that way. It's wrong to victimize people, period. Simply why? Because you think you can. If they didn't think they could do it, they wouldn't attempt to do it. They do it because they believe they can do it. And that's not a reason. That's not a reason. It's no justification. Okay? We have to treat each other the way you want to be treated. I mean, that's only fair, right? It's only fair. Now, I've had not a lot of people, but in my eyes, too many people say to me, oh, well, bullying's really easy. You know how you deal with a bully, man. You just stand up to them. You got to put them in their place, and then that's the end of that shit. I don't feel sorry for people being bullied. Well, here's what I got to say about that. When I went through it, this was, over 4 decades ago. You know what? Society has absolutely changed for the worse in 4 decades. Over 4 decades. I can say that with no hesitation and no doubt. It's absolutely, because I've seen it. I've been around and viewed it. It's changed, and it's not for the better, unfortunately. And yeah, I saw my own way through it. Yeah, it stopped because I took measures, followed through with measures to make it stop and to change the law. But like I said, I lost a lot of good parts of myself in discarding the me that was bullied, to push away from that. But that's a whole other topic that we've been over before. And a lot of you guys relate to that. And I know that through all the emails and the replies and stuff I get. But there are people who are bullied that cannot defend themselves. Okay, number one. Number two, in my day, kids just didn't kill themselves, end their own lives because they were bullied. If they did, it wasn't in such vast numbers that it was a thing where we were made aware of it, because it was just, society didn't sit up and say, wow, this is a problem. It's happening repeatedly. It seems to be a lot worse. And yeah, now and again, there's horrible things that have always happened throughout time, but not in these numbers. And, today, Christ, it even goes to the extremes where little children in playgrounds, get damn near disfigured because so many other kids just gang on them, kick them, beat them, punch them. Where are these people coming from that they grow up in such an early age and believe that this is acceptable, this is the way to act? We know where it comes from. It comes from parenting. It comes from parenting. So if a kid's bullied, do I always, point to the parent and blame that parent? Not necessarily. I think it's a little more complicated than that. But if you have a whole schoolyard full of kids, and there have been such cases just in recent years where a child, 7, 8 years old, has been just literally beaten to unrecognizably almost, by other kids their own age in a playground. What the hell is going on? I don't know. Okay, so it's not the same time. We don't live in the same period of time. First thing. So anything that I experienced and went through, I know what it was, but I can't really take that and juxtapose it with something some kid's going through today and think that I can directly relate to that. I can relate to it to a degree. Do you understand? Number two, there are people, bullying happens to people that can't defend themselves. They're not on an equal footing. Bullying happens to people that physically, a blind child, sucker punched. How do you sucker punch, walk up and sucker punch a kid that's blind? Why? Numerous accounts that I've come into knowledge of that are true, that are factual, that really happened, not rumors, of where special needs kids, kids who are autistic, that already have emotional functions that are greatly different from what's expected or what's considered normal out in society. They already have emotional issues with dealing with other people, contact, sounds, a lot of things. These kids are getting bullied too. These kids are getting beat on too. Kids that are physically, have some kind of physical, drawback. I'm not even going to say disability, because I've seen people rise above all kinds of shit and be able to ascertain a level of performance that surpasses most people that have use of whatever that person's physically lacking. So it's not every case, but I'll tell you what, I'm not going to say it's disability. But there are kids that are born with or end up with impairments, saddled with these encumberments, and they're not on an equal physical footing initially at all, and they're even beat on. So don't tell me that, I just stood up to him and punched him. Okay, great, that's what worked for you, but you mean to tell me you think that everybody's on the same footing as you? They're not. They're not. So there's a lot of sick stuff goes on. There's a lot of sick stuff that goes on. I want to get into a lot more stuff than this. This is just the tip of the iceberg. Tip of the iceberg. There's a lot of horrible things happen to children in the USA and all over the world, and a lot of this shit is linked. And had we the funds, we already have the motivation and the desire and the people, we would become involved in some of this shit, trying to see what we could do, just as citizens of this country, to be able to find out what the hell is going on. How are you able to operate some kind of organized thing this large right here and get away with it. And just see what could be done. But we do what we can do. And what I can do? What I can do is this. If your child is bullied in school and you don't know where to go, the first thing that you do is you've got to contact the local administrators at that school, usually a principal. You want to see whoever's top man, top dog, top woman in charge there, and you need to arrange a meeting with this person. Then when you go to the meeting, you need to be polite and professional and courteous. You need to think about how you're going to present yourself and what you're going to say. You need to be clear and concise, not irrational, and explain to them it's an unacceptable situation and what is your policy with dealing with something like this and what can be done. I'm here to work with you. I hope you're going to work with me. What can we do to work this out so that my child can come into this public school, usually, where it's owned by the public. I'm a member of the public, and I am the legal guardian of this child, and I want to know what we can do to work this out. To make an environment where my child can come to the public school and it's safe so they can get an education rather than be abused. What can we do? Let's fix it. That's how you want to proceed. And hopefully they're going to take it very seriously. Hopefully they understand that it's very serious in these days and times. And they're going to make it go away. They're going to fix it. They're going to do something. Whether that is some kind of joint conference thing where everybody's there, not over the phone, face to face, eye to eye. The other child, that child's parents or guardian, your child, principal, whoever the overseer is, and work it out, fix it. If nothing gets accomplished or it gets worse, if nothing happens, then you go to the Board of Education, whoever's sanctioning this school. You go to the Board of Education, you contact them, and again, you're starting over here. Be very polite, be patient, be courteous, professional, concise. Relay to them that you understand this is their first hearing of it, which no doubt it's going to be. And so you're going to be polite as you can, but please understand that it's not my first hearing of it, and at this point I'm getting a little irritated, as you might expect. And so hopefully we're going to be able to resolve this now that you've been made aware of it on this, whatever day it is, at this, whatever time it is, this number, and your name is, and write all this down, and then say, and I'm hoping this is going to be resolved, but if it gets worse or it continues or we don't see some immediate resolution, then I think the next phone call that you're going to probably receive, I'm sorry to say, but will be from an attorney who I'm going to turn this whole thing over to and authorize them on my behalf to take whatever action they are legally capable of in as concise and immediate an action as possible. And that should be more than enough to make it happen. If anything else occurs, or if it doesn't seem to be quite moving, then you contact me. And what we do, you're a subscriber. This is Gorilla with a Cause. What we do is, I come on here, I relay the story to you, I give you all the contact information of said school, whatever authority we're dealing with, whatever Board of Education we're dealing with, and as an outraged viewer, adult, child who even attends a school, when you hear about the story, you can make a phone call, or you can post a review stating your opinion or your comments on this matter, or your displeasure with the way this school's handling it, not taking it very seriously. Or you can email, or any of the above, any and all of that kind of thing. Will use social media. I'm certain that the last thing any Board of Education or school administrator wants is, minimum 10,000, I would hope, maybe twice that, bad reviews in one day. Bang. That's a whole lot. It's a big load. I'm not sure anybody wants that. And I'm also certain that amongst our membership, because I know that some people will be very surprised to know who some of us are. And I know that there are members of the media out there that are part of Gorilla with a Cause, and that there are enough people in enough positions with enough voice that we can spread the word. Nobody needs bad publicity, not a school, not anything. So this is what it's come to. Social media is a tool. We have the numbers, and if it can do any good, then that's what it's for. It's not a lot of effort on anybody's behalf, and I don't think it's too much to ask from any of my fellow Gorilla family members. So hopefully that day never comes. But if it does, then that's what it's about. And if you're a parent, your child's being bullied or abused at a school, these are the measures that you begin to pursue. But don't ever say or state anything that you're not willing to see through. If you tell them that your next step is going to be you're going to get a phone call from an attorney, then you need to pursue that. You need to contact your attorney or get an attorney, consult with an attorney, which is usually almost always for free, and just initially, so you can find out what would this attorney charge a person like you to make a phone call on behalf of a bullied and abused child. Now, you can also let this attorney know that you're a member of Gorilla with a Cause. You can give them a card. If you have one, I'll send you whatever ones you want, as many as you want. Or you can refer them to the site, get an idea who we are, and that we are a meager but nonetheless not anything that can completely be discounted. 21,000 strong. And like I said, in this day and age, good publicity or bad publicity, 21,000 is 21,000 of anything. So if he can help you out, maybe he'll just do it, pro bono. It's only a friggin' phone call, and then maybe you work something else out if it requires more. But I seriously doubt it would ever require more. And in return, we will all be very happy to give this attorney props on here and spread the word that this is a good person. Also, on the same line of thought, anybody out there, okay, because I got a lot of replies from people that are into this deep tissue massage and all various sorts of sports massage from the video I posted about rolfing and massage. So what I decided is, there's so many spread so far, maybe I can put together another bank, because I already have a bank of people that are being bullied or people that are in different dire straits that need somebody to talk to or going through something they need somebody they can relate to, and another bank of people from here who have volunteered, who have had similar experiences and want to help another fellow human being out. And I connect these people, and it works so far. It's doing a stellar job. It's working excellently. So how about we do another one? We put another bank together of Gorilla family members offering services. Like I said, we have 21,000 so far strong. And then we connect. I put these people out here, and if you are traveling or you are in whatever area, and let's direct our services and our money and our consumerism towards family members. And I'm sure that because of the potential numbers, they'll be more than happy to give us some discount above and beyond what everybody else gets. Why don't we do that? Let's look out for each other. Sounds good to me. All right, so that's it for now. Let me get on to other things. Instead of talking about the doom and gloom stuff, which I think bullying it's not good. There's nobody can say it's good, okay? But to those people out there that think, oh, bullying, it's just you got to stand up. Some people can't stand up for themselves. Will you stand up for them? I will. I'll do what I can do. It's all anybody can ask of you. And if you do that, just what you can do, guess what? You're doing a hell of a lot in the world today. Hell of a lot. Because chances are most of the people next to you down the road or whatever, they wouldn't do shit. They might break their phones out and tell them watch. But will they do anything? Will they even say anything? Just like, hey, that's not right. Right? That's all it takes. It's all it takes to change the world. It's all it takes. Think it doesn't? Try it. I'll bet you. Have an awesome evening. I'll be back very soon, I hope.